You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Thursday, October 13th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. Got a doozy of a show lined up for you today. In 8 o'clock hour, we're going to have Squared Up Pizza in studio for another round of Tap Out, which, welcome back, Squared Up Pizza. Delicious New York-style pizza located at the Park Place Mall. Also, we're going to be giving away tickets for the Trinity of Terror tour around 7:10 a.m. this morning. If you don't know about that tour, that's a big one that's coming to town on December 6th at the TCC. Black Veil Brides, Motionless in White, and I'm blanking on the third one. That's Trinity. And the Trey's on there, too. Right. So there's 4 bands in this Trinity of Terror, so that's going to be massive. So 7:10 is when I give away tickets for that. Plus, I have a bunch of other stuff I'm going to give away, including a pair of tickets here in just a few minutes. Celebrating, I had a long night last night. Went to a meeting. I'm running a poker tournament this Saturday, right, at Lowe's Canyon Resort, and it's for the Angel Ball charity. Now, the Angel Ball charity, they do good work. They've been around for like 19 years, throwing these kind of events with the poker tournaments. They usually have used different casino companies years prior. And I knew the guy who used to run the poker tournament and the casino company that they would hire. And this guy was a dick, straight up. There was no way around it. There was nobody who's met this guy, worked with this guy, or interacted with this guy that walked away being like, that's a nice guy. It was always the worst. I don't know what this guy's problem was, but for whatever reason, he's out of business. And my mom, who owns a casino entertainment company, got booked for this Angel Ball. Now, I've dealt at this charity tournament before, maybe like 5 years ago. And so my mom called me up and asked me if I would run this tournament. And I've done over like 10,000 hours of running professional poker tournaments. Did you know this, Rico?
I didn't know that much.
Yeah.
I've hit the 10,000 hour mark.
I've been in the casino entertainment business when I was 18, you know, and I worked that while, hosting my own radio show. It was one of the many jobs that I had, but that was the family business. And I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy putting together a tournament. The tournament this Saturday is going to be awesome. And again, it raises money for kids, but I've had like 5 meetings with the group. And last night they asked me if I could come out for the 5th and final meeting before the event this Saturday. And I'm just repeating myself when I go out there. So I go out there, there's like 30 people, all a part of this committee, right? A lot of housewives, things like that, that are putting together this event. And, it's a big team, but I'm sitting there and I have to, listen to a bunch of stuff that I have nothing to do with, like the core and everything. But I had to meet a lot of people. And as I'm going, working my way around, being introduced to different people involved in the event, I come across a guy and I go to shake my hand. And I had one of those scenarios where the guy wouldn't let go. And I'm like, oh, we're doing this.
The
okay.
Power move.
Yeah, the power move. So I go to shake his hand, I'm shaking it. I'm realizing it's not going to be a quick shake. And then I have to lock eyes with the guy. And then for whatever reason, I don't even understand why this is happening. The handshake grip gets tighter. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to squeeze back and just go. And it felt like an eternity, Rico.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm staring at this guy's eyes because I know the man law. I'm like, I'm not letting go first,
Did you make the smile eye contact or was it straight faced eye contact?
No, it was smile eye contact because, again, we're being professional. And it's, again, I don't think he was trying to intimidate me. I don't know. But at the same time, I don't let go of handshakes first ever.
Nope.
Yeah. So I'm there. I'm like, okay, yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah. Okay. What do you do? Okay. You're this lady's wife. That's cool. And you're just tagging along. Okay. Well, that's nice to know. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My name's Beef or Brad, whatever the hell. It doesn't matter. Right.
Portfolio.
Yeah. And so in my head, I'm just like, let go of my hand, man.
Get a little tap with the other hand real quick. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I had just a couple of those little awkward situations, but I am happy to report that I won the great handoff.
Good job.
That's right. In fact, I'd still be holding this dude's hand right now.
He's in the studio with us right now. I was like, who is this guy, Beef?
He's under the desk holding my hand because I won't let go.
Just shaking.
Yeah, if you want to shake hands, I will outshake anybody. That's for sure. And it's another reason why I don't like to shake hands. In fact, actually, let's bring back COVID just for fist bumps.
Right.
Like a fist
elbow bumps.
Nobody ever overextends a fist bump. Nobody goes to fist bump and just keeps knuckles interlocked.
I'm going to start doing that.
I think it's a good video idea for our social medias.
Yeah.
Just like, oh man, why don't you
hey, man.
pull back from the fist bump? No, you pull back from the fist bump.
Damn it.
So yeah, I had that. It was a long night, but still something I'm looking forward to. And if you guys like to play poker, Angel Ball Charity is happening this Saturday, so you can sign up for that. It's a pretty aggressive, fun poker tournament that I whipped together. And
what's the buy-in?
I think it's like $100 and then $50 rebuys. And as I'm, it's funny too because Cheryl's the main organizer, right? She's a sweet older woman. Cheryl and Bill, right? And they're movers and shakers in this town, right? So they're good people to know, and they're just good people. But Cheryl is very meticulous, and I'm coming in with changes because the way it was done in years prior was done wrong. And I come in saying, hey, this is how you're supposed to do it. Now, Bill, her husband's like, I like the cut of your jib, like, yeah, Brad knows what he's talking about. And I'm like, yes, I do, Bill. Thank you. So we're vibing. And Cheryl just overly concerned. And, and I have to reassure her. So we sit around for this powwow. And there's like 10 of us here, and they're asking me how the tournament's going to run. Now, I'm very confident when speaking about how this is going to run because, again, I put in my 10,000 hours. I know exactly. I've done so many, and I told them I've done poker tournaments from the beginning of the poker boom. My family business had 3 poker tables in 2002 or something like that. Wow. And they would go out maybe twice a year. And then the poker boom happened. Everyone started playing Texas Hold'em. We couldn't build poker tables fast enough. And then next thing you know, I'm running tournaments with the likes of like a Phil Hellmuth, Johnny Chan, and you name it, poker royalty. And I've run and I hung out with the best of the best in that poker world and gotten kudos for the way that I do things. So, when it comes to the Angel Ball Charity, I'm like, I don't think you're going to have any celebrities here besides myself. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And as I'm like explaining how the tournament's going to go and how we're going to raise money, because it is a charity after all, 8 out of the 9 people in the circle are like, oh, he knows what he's talking about. Absolutely. Yes, I'm excited. Yeah, let him do it. And then Cheryl's like, I don't know. And they're like, no, listen to him. He's got it down. And she's like, well, but people might complain. And then, like the whole thing. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, you guys could debate this later. It's now like 7:30 at night and I wake up at 3 a.m. So, right. Respectfully and professionally, can I get the F out of here?
Please let go of my hand.
Please let go of my hand. This guy hasn't let go of my hand the whole time. I'm trying to explain to you how a poker tournament runs. You're not listening. I don't know what to do here. Yeah. So that was my day in a nutshell. But it was a good day. I found out that, they're advertising the show in the Arizona Daily Star. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Now, Marty Bishop, who does middays on Mix, he's an older gentleman. He's a legend in the game. He sent me the email. So none of my managers gave me a heads up that they're actually doing an advertisement for the show in a newspaper. And trust me, advertising radio in a newspaper, that irony is not lost on me. But it's still something, and I do appreciate that. So with that, for all our brand new listener from the Arizona Daily Star, we're going to put on a fantastic show for you. Coming up after Pop Evil, we got your Morning Moron. But first, here's Alice in Chains with Wood. Keep it here all morning long. It's Rock 102.1. You know the name of the show. Let's go. All right. Good morning, Jen Blanco.
Good morning.
Welcome back to the show.
Oh, it's always good to be here. Thank you so much, Beef.
Of course. All right, we're going to have a good time on the broadcast with Jen. Jen is hosting Lady Bits again. It's not Lady Parts.
I mean, Lady Parts will also be there.
Yes, they'll be featured. But Lady Bits is the name of the comedy show at the Screening Room this Saturday. And so that's why Jen is coming in. We're plugging up that show. And she informed me right when he came in the studio, you have another hosting gig. You are now the proud host of a burlesque show, which is amazing. When do the burlesque shows happen?
Well, the next one is December 23rd at the Arizona Theater Company's Cabaret Theater.
Oh,
So you should all come to the Tucson Teas because why not? You get
Santa
actual Lady
baby.
Bits.
yeah. It's right before Christmas. Give yourself a gift,
Hey.
I do love burlesque shows. And now, do you ever go to burlesque shows before you were asked to host one?
I've gone to a couple before I was asked to host, and I was honestly, it's just amazing to watch. And doing the hosting gig is phenomenal. So it's a big win for me. It's the win of the year.
Do they ever ask you to like dress in drag to do it? Because sometimes I've seen a drag host kill.
Yeah.
Doing burlesque shows. It's always fun. But yeah, they asked you to like dress up at least over the top or, partake that way.
Beef, I don't think you've come to see my comedy. I dress over the top every time. I'm covered in sequins generally.
That's true.
So I'm one step away.
What? Yeah, so's me. Yeah. Every now and then I wear a shirt that's not just a plain white tee.
What?
I know. Fancy. It gets fancy. I have not seen your dressed up apparel. I did hear from Powers a part of your some of your routine talking about your taste in men. You got the garbage palette, which I can relate to. I think it's super funny.
I refer to myself as a dumpster fire. Yeah, because I have trash in my heart.
Right. So
and I'm hot. So there you go.
I know. So do you recognize your value now? I mean, is that part of the routine? Because you're a hot doctor, comedian. Yes. So all right. So hot Cuban, so she's got that Latin spice, right? Educated and successful, and has a sense of humor. You probably know how to do math too, right?
I can do maths.
Right.
Yeah.
The maths.
And for the record, no penis, because those are all very penis qualities.
I don't know why those are penis qualities.
I'm just being a sexist dick.
Yeah.
But yes.
What kind of bits?
The point is, yeah, you're up here, but you like to date down here.
Well, there was a time where I was dating that well tequila, and I have moved back up to the top shelf. So
that's right.
It's like Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Well, congratulations. Yeah, and congratulations to any other future doctor who might date you, or lawyer, or I don't know, a millionaire entrepreneur who goes to the gym 6 days a week. I mean, I would assume it's somebody in that quality.
Yeah, I mean, I go to the gym 6 days a week, so I feel like it's only fair, right?
That's what I'm saying.
If I take care of myself, you got to take care of yourself.
During the garbage run, did you date anyone that actually went to the gym?
Yes.
Okay.
I dated pretty boys that were dumb.
Okay, yeah. Is it difficult to talk to date a dumb person?
It is, because I hold my tongue a lot to not make them not feel as dumb as they are.
Yeah. What's the face you're making when you're holding the tongue? Because I just want to be able to recognize it the next time I have a conversation with someone way more intelligent than me.
Mm-hmm. This is it.
Shit. Yep, that's the face. I recognize it so well.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to be live on the air here for a tease in 8 seconds. And then got some radio content. I'm going to show you the promo clip from Lady Bits, and we'll do Beef's retweets on the stream as well. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Joining us, the beautiful and talented Jen Blanco, host of Lady Bits, happening at the Screening Room this Saturday on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/Beef Vegan, on Twitch, Beef Vegan Presents, or any of our social media pages, because we're streaming live on all of them. Now, we all feel like we're young and hip, but the reality is sometimes we age ourselves, and we could be using the wrong emojis to make us look old, according to Generation Z. You know those a-holes. So I'm going to give you a heads up of what emojis not to use as far as the emojis that make you look older when you use them. What's your favorite emoji to use, Jen?
Oh, my favorite is the skull emoji for I'm dead laughing.
That seems pretty hip. Is that on the list? We'll find out after Finger 11 Paralyzer. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, and smash that button, whatever that means. right? Because again, I'm old.
Just
So
smash it.
people,
matter.
yeah, people keep telling me to use the smash. They smash. I'm like, fuck, man.
Bet.
Well, it depends on how you're using the word smash.
Well, that's true.
So-
You can use it in a dating term, but when it comes to YouTube, I guess you don't just subscribe. You got to
You gotta
smash.
smash that button.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Smash it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like
Which
She-Hulk.
yeah, it's like, oh, you got to fuck a button now. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But
Get with the times, bro.
as a getting old, I know. So I will see and reveal if the skull emoji, which JJ is using right now, is on the list. And I don't,
Dead.
I would assume if I was a betting man that it's not on the list because the kids like to use that for anything that's funny. You don't use the laughing emoji, apparently, right?
No,
Right.
not anymore. You use the dead emoji. Like if it's really funny, you're like, oh, dead.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you stay so hip, Jen?
I am just so smart.
Okay.
What are you
Okay.
gonna do?
I know that you're an oncologist, right? So not a pediatrician. Is it?
Audiologist.
Shit.
That's
What's an
okay.
oncologist?
An oncologist is a cancer doctor, and yeah, an audiologist is a hearing doctor. So I focus on cochlear
Potato,
implants.
potato.
Oh, I don't like the fact that I said cancer doctor and stuff. I need to get checked out.
Maybe you need to get your hearing checked.
I definitely do, and told you still this
Yeah.
year. And it's always good to be friends with doctors, but it's also always rude to ask a friendly doctor to check them out for free.
Yeah, they're nicer than WebMD at least.
Yeah.
True. In fact, actually, Jen was giving me a heads up for an online doctor service because
Oh,
I
yeah.
had this little rash pop up, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. What is the online doctor service do for people who can just get checked out by a doctor at home?
Yeah, it's
via
like-
Zoom.
MD Live so MD Live, and then you can just make a quick appointment on your phone, which is really nice. Like when I'm traveling for work, it's amazing. Like next week I'm in Oklahoma, Denver, and LA. So
Really?
On
So,
call.
yeah.
doing comedy or doing doctor
Not doing
shit?
comedy, doing
Okay.
doctor shit.
Okay, so yeah, and then you're still seeing patients just through your phone.
I'm not seeing the patients. I see patients in surgery. So
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
provide surgical support. I'm real weird. I have a very strange job.
Mm.
So, but I'll be doing comedy like after hours. So
Right? Yeah, that's a good way to unwind after
Yeah.
like dissecting human beings.
yeah.
It's such a trip.
It's
That-
super fun. It's a very weird set of people who are like, you know what? While we're cutting, we're like, hey, what are you gonna have? Are you on tacos for lunch? Is there a good taco truck
yeah.
outside?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah. You need to change your name from Jen Blanco to Jen or Jen Cuervo because you or Jen Dos Equis because you're the most interesting woman alive. Honestly,
Thank
you
you.
got a lot going for you. All right, we got 3 seconds. Let's get on here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. So I need to provide PSAs for our listeners out there, mainly the listeners like myself who feel eternally young, right? But in reality, we're aging. We grew up in the 90s, but we still want to be hip and cool. We don't want to look like geezers yet, right? And nobody in this room wants to look like a geezer yet. And 2 out of 3 of us do sometimes. And, Jen Blanco apparently is still hip somehow to be a doctor comedian. You know what the kids like. So,
Busted.
yeah, the reason why I bring this up is because Gen Z is judging you based on the choice of emoji that you use. And that's particularly true when it comes to a certain emoji like the thumbs up emoji. While it may seem like an easy way to show your approval, and I use this all the time, apparently Gen Z doesn't see it that way. In fact, a 24-year-old recently shared on Reddit that a thumbs up should never be used in any situation, noting that it's hurtful. They say that no one in their age in their office does it, and they take it as like a passive-aggressive way to respond.
Yeah, it's like very sarcastic. You're like, thumbs up.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you can't even use that. So when you think you're liking it because of Facebook standards, first off, you're living your life off of Facebook standard. That's dating you already.
Yeah.
I mean, only old people use Facebook, which follow us on Rock 102.1's Facebook page, facebook.com/beefvegan. But so yeah, using the thumbs up is just done. You can't even do that. So everything on the first 5 things on this list, I use regularly, right? Which is a little upsetting. The second one on this list is the red love heart. Do you use the red love heart, Jen?
I use the red sparkly heart. I am so it conveys more. And I also love everything that sparkles in a sequin. So
That's so extra. But
yeah,
that's so
I am extra.
that's so Gen Z. What about you, Rico? You ever use emojis?
The black heart.
Oh, black
yeah.
heart.
That's fitting. It matches your
win.
soul.
Yeah.
All right. The okay hand. I don't use the okay hand, actually. I'll take that back.
The okay hand?
Yeah, when you're like, okay, because again,
Hard pass.
yeah, that's a hard pass.
Mm.
It can be misconstrued for many different things. You don't want to use the okay hand. The tick, right? A little check mark. The poo emoji. You can't even use the poo emoji anymore.
The poo emoji's dated.
Well, what's the next thing besides when you say you're the poo, right? What emoji are you supposed to use? That's hip and young. That still signifies poo.
Dynamite.
Yeah, dynamite 100. I don't know. I do sparkles a lot. Just the regular, just sparkles emoji.
Oh no, man! All right, yeah, I got to step up my my emoji game. Apparently,
Gen Z is not telling me how to use my emojis.
well, all the emojis you use aren't on this list, Rico. So
Just the black heart for everything.
Yeah, Gen Z is literally following your lead. So a couple more to avoid looking old when you're texting your teenager or anyone, or say you're a middle-aged man who's newly divorced and has a 6-figure salary dating a 21-year-old you matched on Tinder. Don't use the loudly crying face emoji, the monkey eye cover emoji, damn, the clapping hands emoji, double damn, lipstick kiss marks, or the grimacing face.
Yeah, I find it weird when you use the lipstick one, Beef. I'll be honest.
Well, I mean, how do I convey that you did a good job on the show today? Right?
It's better than thumbs up.
Yeah.
You're right.
Is it weirder that I follow the lipstick emoji with the eggplant emoji?
Yeah.
So-
We'll talk about that.
All right. Well, let's keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. There's a heads up for all my old heads out there. We'll be back with more with Jen Blanco here in studio on Be Vegan Presents, so don't go anywhere. Rock 1 2.0. Oh. Wow. That was a muscle reflex, a muscle memory reflex where I'm like
Autopilot.
I went off the air, but my brain was like, I'm getting back on the air. So I said Rock 102.1.
Be Vegan Presents. Oh, that's right.
Yes, I know. And I do have to play this interview that we did with Tony Harris here in a little bit, because Tony Harris hosts The Proof Is Out There. Do you believe in UFOs, Jen?
I do, yeah.
And you've been following all the stuff that the Pentagon's been releasing?
No, I have not.
Oh my God.
It was during the pandemic, conveniently enough.
Yes, it was.
We're too busy to think about UFOs. And they're like, here's some dissemination.
Yeah, it was a great distraction, but it seems like, slowly but surely, the Pentagon and the government is kind of getting people used to the idea that there is extraterrestrial technology and extraterrestrial life maybe visiting, right now. They know more of this, but they shown leaked footage from Navy Air Force pilots, from their cams catching a UFO phenomenon, and then them releasing it to the public saying, yes, this is real. This is, documented as something that we don't know what it is, and it's flying around, and our pilots were freaked out about it. So they slowly but surely kind of planting those seeds to, lead to, which will eventually lead to, and this is a Beef Stradamus prediction that I stand by.
A Beef Stradamus?
Yeah, I get called Beef Stradamus sometimes because, yeah, I predict things.
You sound like a stew.
A stew?
Yeah.
Bistromi?
Beef Stradamus. Like,
Bistromi.
it sounds like a really fancy stew. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Next time at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Order the Beef Stradamus. It's
Yep.
delicious. Very filling. So my prediction on this is that essentially we're going to get the full blown, yes, aliens are real. They've been visiting us here, and here, or work with us there within the next 10 years. And you're seeing kind of a slow trickle out of confirmation of all these different things over and over again, just to kind of numb the shock factor. They know that.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea.
Yeah, if you just rip the Band-Aid, you're gonna have like the entire population of the world be like, oh, what the fuck, we're all gonna die, or life doesn't mean anything, and what is religion, and like all that stuff, right? It's a heavy thing to reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really upends a lot of people's beliefs. So they have to kind of like slowly but surely just kind of get us to the point where we're so over it. Then they're going to be like,
Just showing at Coachella next year.
What?
Let's have an alien come out at Coachella.
Aliens perform Coachella
Yeah,
all the
Diplo's
time.
performing, and then an alien just comes out.
This guy's so weird. All right.
What?
Yes.
It's a good idea.
Speaking of aliens, let's do Beef's retweets. That means nothing, but let's do it anyways. So this is Beef's retweet. I don't have a clever catch song or jingle or song yet, but I will. And this is a new feature that we just started last week. So this is my Twitter page. Again, don't follow me. I don't need followers, but this is just shit I find on Twitter that I find funny that I'm going to share. First off, dolphins are amazing when they're not getting high and raping. Okay, I got to say that because dolphins can be ridiculous as well. But these two dolphins, they got swagger and they know how to dap it up. And if you don't believe me, check this out. It's like, give it to me. Yeah. Is that cool? Did you see it? No.
Dolphins are wicked smart, dude.
I know. Well, they're smarter
Wicked
than
smart.
us.
They got bigger brains.
I know. They got huge brains. All right. Hold on. I got something that's funny and that's just cool. Oh, okay. Okay. This is my favorite clip of the day. You're familiar with America's Got Talent, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Did you know they got America's Got Talent all over the world and different things? So there's India's Got Talent. There's UK's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent. That's where I think it started from. And there's a Nigeria Got Talent, right? Now these judges are gangster. They're far more harsh than Simon Cowell would ever be. And there's a new insult, like a threat that I picked up here in this clip that I want to use all the time. And I suggest and encourage you guys to use it as well. Check this out. This is amazing. This guy claims to be the world's fastest reader. That's his talent. Okay. He's the world's fastest reader. Let's check him out doing his thing.
I'm the fastest reader in the world. I read 1,679 pages book within 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds. And I'm sure you read a lot to be a doctor and everything, and I'm sure you read pretty quickly. But have you ever read over 1,600 pages in 2 seconds?
Never, not even once.
Then you're not even in the same playing field as this guy.
Not at all.
Yeah, let's watch him show his skill.
Yes. Go on.
Go on.
Is he making that noise?
Yes, he's making that noise. Yes, and notice
He's
how
obviously reading it.
right. Oh, he's
Yeah, I mean
Guys,
that's
pay attention.
Yeah.
and notice
If you slow it down, I wonder if he's saying
Every single word.
Satan is your God. You know what I
No.
mean?
I do have the technology to record it and slow it down, and I will here in a second.
Thank you.
But you're not going to get anything from it now.
Oh.
Notice,
presents.
yeah, notice the judges' faces on this, and immediately, I fear for this contestant's life. That's how mad they get. Watch,
Wow.
yeah, watch this.
What is it? What
It
just
was
happened?
fast, so you didn't know.
What just happened now? What did you learn from the book that you just read? You said what?
The first one is pretty good.
So, and then this is you see the text that's on the screen right now.
Chew your meat.
I will
Yes.
chew your meat.
Listen to how he says this. It is the scariest threat that's nonsensical you'll ever hear in your life.
I will chew your meat. Are you crazy? Think I have to joke with you.
It's like,
I
my
will
friend, I'm
chew
not
your
gay.
meat. Are you crazy? Think I have to joke with you.
I just read. I can read fast.
Just read fast.
I just read fast.
Hey, man.
You think I'm here to joke with you? We don't fuck around on Nigeria. It's got talent.
I will chew your meat.
So
You don't understand what you are reading. Then what's the point?
Right?
Anybody can do what you just
he's
did.
like, anyone can do
What
you
kind
just
of talent
did.
is this?
What kind of talent is this?
I'm the fastest reader in the world. I read.
Oh yeah, so there you
I
go.
want to know what
imagine.
he actually learned from it. I feel like that was a very good follow-up question for that judge.
Yeah.
What did you learn from what you read?
It's like they have scams in Nigeria or something. That's weird.
What? Oh, you mean that Nigerian prince that's been emailing me isn't a prince?
That
right
is
now?
the prince. That's the
Okay.
prince right
Real
there.
word.
That's what I
Uh-huh.
thought.
All right, and of ending Beef's retweets on a wholesome note.
You're
Look at the
so
hair
cute.
flip.
This
Look
is
at it.
affirmations with beef vegan.
Right?
So sorry. Obviously, so our stream went down for a second. That's what happened. I know. So it wasn't just
I
you
was like,
guys.
bro.
Yeah. I didn't mean to do that. We're back. Everyone else, we got booted. So I wanted to show. I guess this pygmy was so adorable that it
It
kicked
broke
us.
the internet.
Or the CIA
It
was
was
mad
that
about the
cute.
aliens.
Oh, the aliens for sure.
And yes, Elizabeth, I do like to play games. In fact, are you familiar with mafia movies, Jen?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And Rico, I know you're familiar with mafia movies, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, well then, I'd like to play a game.
Ooh.
Yeah. Heads up, it's Jen versus Rico. This was going to be our tap out trivia questions this morning because we were going to have squared up pizza in studio. And since it's the East Coast New York style pie, I figured mafia movies was a good theme to go with. And with this, it's going to be simple. I only have 5 questions here. I'm going to ask the question. First person to blurt out the correct answer is going to get the point. Whoever has the most points after the 5 rounds is our mafia movie expert and winner of the game. You guys ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm pulling it up here. It is. Here's our first question. What was the name of the Quentin Tarantino film about a modern day gangster who has his 2 hitmen run around town killing people?
Pulp Fiction.
That is correct. Rico gets a point there. All right. Where were you at there, Jen?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right, here we go. Here's our next
Going
question.
through all the Quentin Tarantino movies.
I
in
know.
order.
All right, next question. Who directed the movie about the Irish mob starring Jack Nicholson, Leonardo?
Rico. Scorsese.
That is correct. Ooh, Jen, you need to get in here.
I don't think I'm gonna. I think Rico is clearly the winner so far.
No, it's
Gotta
best
go
of
to Olive
5.
Garden more.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's our next question. Who starred as Bugsy Siegel in the gangster film covering the incredible real life story of how he started
Rico,
Las Vegas?
Johnny Depp.
Incorrect.
No, not Bugsy. Damn it.
All right, Jen, you get an opportunity to guess.
I have no idea.
It was the movie Bugsy.
I got nothing.
Just random Italian actor. Go for it.
All right, well,
Random Italian.
we'll let
actor.
Jen use a lifeline on the stream. If you guys know the answer, go ahead and comment and then give a couple
Yeah, you're
wrong
right,
guesses
Todd.
if you don't know. And no, Pulp Fiction. What is Todd saying? It is a gangster movie. First off, what's the name of the main character there with the Marcella Wallace?
You ain't no bitch.
Yeah, exactly. He ain't no bitch. That's a gangster movie. All right. Well, the answer was Warren Beatty.
Oh, I
Warren
wouldn't
Beatty.
have gotten it. I wouldn't have gotten it.
That's
Thanks for
classified.
nothing, guys, in the
classic.
comments, though.
There's a delay. All right. What about this one here? What was the name of the real life mob associate that Martin Scorsese film Goodfellas was written about?
Henry Hill.
That is correct. Rico is a pro on
He's
this.
racking it up.
Yeah.
He's racking it. In fairness, there's only one Cuban mafia movie, so I am so sorry, guys.
That's true. We're
Disappointing all of you.
playing mafia movie trivia with Jen Blanco and Rico going heads up against each other.
Balls
And
in my word.
Rico has smoked Jen so far.
Yes.
Got 3 out of 4
He's
of them
smoking.
correct. So
He's
welcome
smoking.
back.
She's got it.
All right, here we go. So this last question, all right, is going to be worth 10 points. Whoever gets this last question right is going to
He's
win the
like-
game.
You're like trying so hard to let me have points. It's so nice of you, Beef. I'm gonna lose this, but
You're our
that's
guest.
okay.
No. I got confidence in you. I should have. If I thought I was, or if I'd known that I'd be playing this game with you, our Cuban American doctor comedian friend. Jesus, what a long title, right? I would have had more Scarface questions here,
Right?
but I have none. Okay.
Fine. It's okay.
Settle for Carlitos Way.
Yeah. Or Carlitos way. All right. So this question here is worth 10 points. What was the name of the casino Sam Rothstein was running in the mob film Casino?
Ooh. That's a brain fart. That's a good one.
Oh.
I literally have no idea, but I
Golden
do
nugget.
like the comment about Damon feels good to be a gangster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that answer was Tangiers. We were looking for Tangiers. Yes, I know.
Good job, Rico.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna have
Well
a
deserved.
Pesci meltdown in my car after this. I should have known.
I know.
Tangiers.
Yeah. Well, you were
You
confident.
still won. You
Yeah.
still won by a landslide.
Yeah.
So
Let me ask you guys this. All right. What's your cursing threshold? Like your cursing threshold is how angry or frustrated you have to get before a curse word comes out of your mouth. And I know
Very low.
Professional. Zero? Is it zero?
Zero.
Fuck's sake.
Hey, no, we're on the air. Jesus, I just had to hit the dump.
Oops.
I said Rock 102.1. All right.
It
Well,
wasn't me this time.
that's right. That was Rico. Rico failed.
Where?
Mhm. There
10
you go.
lashes.
All right. Well, okay. There's a reptilian Christian Christ violence band, punk band out there that I want you to know about.
Sorry, reptilian Christian Christ
Violence
band.
punk band.
Punk band.
Sign me
Punk
up.
band.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So are you into reptilian Christian Christ violence punk music, or are you a nerd?
I'm into horror punk. But
Okay.
I've
Nice.
never heard of reptilian Christian
Christ violence
Christ violence punk rock.
punk band. Yeah. Well, they're out there. They're called Cancer Christ. So if you're into reptilian Christian Christ violence punk band, you should check out Cancer Christ. And I think I have a little clip here of Cancer Christ. Would you like to hear a little reptilian? And I'm probably gonna have to hit the dump button again, to be honest with you. But let me.
Then absolutely I do.
Yeah. So it's reptilian Christian Christ violence punk band out of Los Angeles.
Of course.
Yeah. They claim to their aim is to cleanse the damned while bones break and souls get effing saved. So amen to that. Let's share. Yeah. See, I'm playing Cancer Christ on the radio. How hardcore is that, huh?
It's like
That's
Marilyn Manson and
amazing.
Smash Mouth put together.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the worst combo ever.
It's the best.
Well, if you're looking to check out Cancer Christ, the typical performance consists of baptism, fake blood, of course, and wrestling.
Why is it fake blood? I'm disappointed in Cancer Christ.
Because they're posers.
Allegedly.
Yeah, they're posers. I bet you they're not even reptilian.
Prove it.
All right, let's
Some
keep.
fighting words.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's keep it moving on the podcast broadcast. We're going to cover today's top headlines. We got an awesome video clip to talk about Lady Bits happening this Saturday at the Screening Room, hosted by Jen Blanco. And when we come back, scientists have engineered a way to make beer taste better. So all that and more coming up next. The Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. Clear. Yeah, that's. I went all over. I've been so ADD this morning. So ADD. I was Elizabeth. Did you have a game for us, or was it because I disconnected the stream accidentally? All right. So let's show this.
Hi,
video
Facebook
here.
user.
Yeah.
I like it's just
Hello,
a random
guys.
Facebook user.
What is happening, kids?
That's totally not the FBI.
Totally not.
Don't even worry about that. All right.
Well, you did mention reptilians, so obviously the FBI is
And
on
aliens.
this now.
Immediately. I know.
Immediately. It's not the aliens, it's the reptilians because they're secretly controlling the government, right? Like that's the whole deal.
And
Well,
we know
they-
that all birds are surveillance cameras too.
Yeah, birds aren't real. That's
yeah.
what I heard. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what the internet
bullshit.
says.
But aliens are reptilians, Jen. So don't be dumb.
Well, right, but the specific type of alien that is
Yeah.
running the government. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
The pronoun is
There are
transdimensional. Thank
multiple
you.
types of aliens, my friends.
Yeah, that's how I know Joe Biden's not a reptilian. Because if they could shapeshift into anything, why would you shapeshift to look so fucking old? You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, it doesn't make sense.
It's a
All right.
reverse psychology, bro.
Oh, Patrick's right. It's not the FBI, it's the CIA that is. That's
Ah,
in. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What about Mulder
Thank
then?
you,
He was
Patrick.
FBI.
Okay, well let's have this debate
Yeah.
another time. Let me play this video. You
Come
guys
on,
are
let's get
mental.
deep
Beef
in it.
is like, I have things that I want to show you.
Yes. So this is the Lady Bits promo, a sizzle reel. Check this out. It'd be sizzling.
Ah, that's true. It's a thing. You can christen your Cosmo. You can bling up your beer. You can sparkle your salad. There are no rules. You're an adult. These are choices that you could be making with your life. Isn't that wonderful?
Up. So I'll tell you that again. 'Cause
that's true. It's a thing.
Yes, I was.
You can christen your Cosmo. You can bling up your beer. You can sparkle your salad. There are no rules. You're an adult. These are choices that you could be making with your life. Isn't that wonderful?
So that's very nice. The little graphic at the end. So who's all this? Obviously, I see Alana on there. Did I say her name correctly?
Elena Erickson Lopez.
Elena.
Yeah.
We actually have 2 different lineups this time. So at the 7:00 show, we've got Ashley Johnson from Phoenix. We've got Holly Hilton. We've got Andrea Carmichael. We've got Amy Gabusi. And then Lisa Lane in from Denver. And then Stina Solito from Phoenix, who is going to be headlining that show. And then on the late night show, we've got Elena Erickson Lopez, myself, Amy, Andrea, Ashley, Holly, and then Lisa Lane closing it out. And you might recognize Lisa from How to Build a Sex Room.
Oh, she was on there. So what was
She was on
Is she on
there.
this flyer?
Yeah, she's the top right. So she's the blonde lady.
Oh, yes, I do.
How
Because
to build a sex dungeon.
yes, I watched every episode, obviously, because I'm a giant pervert, and I was like, oh yeah, like I want to know how to build a sex room.
Obviously, who doesn't want to know how to build a sex room?
Lisa's sex room was different because it was a sex room for herself. She didn't have anyone to have sex with in her sex room.
Yeah. She does now, don't worry.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Don't
That's
worry.
good. Is she
Good.
bringing that partner?
I think she might be if we're lucky.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, good for her. And yeah, I'm surprised that she's out of the house, so to speak. You know, once you get that sex room.
And she's not just in the sex room all of the time.
Yeah.
Is she hydrating? I
Very-
worry about her.
If we all had a sex room, would we need to leave our houses? Never.
Why would you?
Why?
I mean, well, to hydrate and get food, of
Or get
course.
salad
I
and
mean,
go.
I guess so.
Yeah, salad and goes a good
Yeah.
option there. But okay, did she put that on her like appearance list? You know,
She
comedians?
does now. I mean, I would.
I mean,
Right?
I think a lot of I don't know what the stats were on that Netflix show, but I'm sure it caught a lot of people's attention. I don't know how many people watched all 10 episodes like I did.
You? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm
Peacemaker
going to
in
be
that show,
binge
and that's it.
watching today. So
Oh, yeah.
Say it again, Jen.
I said I know what I'll be binge watching today.
You should. Well, I mean, just watch the last episode. It was an odd choice to end with Lisa as a season finale on that because, you know, again, like I think part of the fun, and correct me if I'm perverted, is, you know, knowing that those people who are building a sex room are going to do it, and knowing which 2 people are going to do it. You're like, oh, okay, I can see that. I can picture that. With Lisa, it was just like, oh, you know.
But then, like in season 2, when we come back, we can revisit, right?
I want
then
to,
we have.
yeah.
I hope that they do. I don't know. I'm gonna definitely grill her for a question, like grill her this weekend. So we'll find out
Okay, nice. Yeah.
if she hasn't signed an NDA.
Right, and probably not. I mean, what I want to know is so many things, obviously, but you know, they bought and paid for everything. You know, that's part of the deal. How did you sign up? How did you get on the list? Especially Lisa, because that was a very odd angle there to go because they're going couples and they're all over the spectrum, right? So they're like married couples, dating couples, same-sex couples, opposite sides, swingers, open, poly people. Like they went through all that. And then at the very end, they're like, and then Lisa, who can't get laid, is kind of sad and depressing, right? You know, because Lisa's story was like, you know, I'm a little too abrasive and I scare off these guys. And so here's a room where I can fuck myself. That was kind of like, what? Like, this is how we're going to end? Put this in like episode 4 and then work back up and end it with the polyamorous people or something.
So like work up from like 0 partners to as many partners as is humanly possible.
I mean, in a way, it just seemed
Then
like
we're just building.
it did end on a down note. Like I felt bad for Lisa, and I was just like, you know,
Maybe that was the cliffhanger they were going for. They're
Okay.
like, will this help?
Oh, so you're saying the premiere
Yes.
of season 2, Lisa may have found love in the shape of a 5-foot-tall Cuban doctor comedian?
Huh?
I wish I was 5 feet tall.
Or 4'11"?
4'10".
Yeah, it's true. Lisa has dildos taller than you,
Yeah.
courtesy of How to Build a Sex Dungeon. I've seen it. It's on Netflix, and it is a pretty intriguing show. The woman who whips together those rooms, pretty impressive as well. My girlfriend liked that show, and she's not even into kink. She just likes the decorations. So she was all about the
That's a good deal.
home makeover part of the show.
I don't understand the not being into it, but whatever.
Well, she's not into kink. Oh, so
Yeah.
you want to get adult real quick? Let's see. We're on.
Okay.
That sounds ridiculous.
I'm gonna hit the dump button on you.
Well, I'm on the stream right now. See, I know the
Joke.
difference.
Yeah.
I know.
So, so I was 69 with my girlfriend last night, right? and I went to toss this out a little bit, and she goes, "Oh, that's my ass," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That's what kids do. Right? That's the trend." Like,
Yeah.
sorry, surprise. You know, I'm just trying to switch things up, but whatever. So she was not into that. She was I caught by surprise. But yeah. So have you?
Surprise attack.
Has
Bonsai.
anyone ever surprised you with that move to where you're like, oh.
I mean, I've had some surprises.
Okay.
But I won't say exactly what or
That's fair.
right.
That's fair. Did
A
I go
lady
too
should
far?
have some secrets.
That's true. Did I
No.
go too far?
You didn't go too
okay.
far. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but my hair is full of secrets. So, and that's some of it. So
That's true.
Good
When I was in LA, me and my brother put together a random song, and it has exactly to do with that, actually.
Oh yeah,
You'll see.
Tossing salad.
Yeah. You'll see.
What do you mean you'll see? Did you? Oh yeah, because you haven't released it yet.
Nope.
Okay.
A
ooh.
little teaser for you.
I like that. That's a good tease. I do enjoy that.
It's relevant. I'm like, let me mention that.
Beef likes to be
It'll come
teased.
back,
We've
Yes.
heard.
Oh,
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he likes it.
It's and I want to sign up for the build a sex room. I know. I do want to sign up for it, but again, I don't think my girlfriend would have a sex room in it. I still have a teenage daughter.
It
in the
takes
house.
convincing.
So yeah,
You gotta be subtle with it.
There are things called locks.
that's
beef.
true. That's true. But I only have a 3-bedroom house, and that spare bedroom is directly across from my daughter's room. It'd be really tough to.
It
kind of
can't be a
disguise.
regular door either. It has to be like a dungeon door. Something really like foreboding and badass looking.
Does it
Sometimes.
have to be a dungeon
Yeah.
door?
Yeah,
No,
of
it
course.
doesn't always, but you
Should
you should check it out, the show, because there was some really cool stuff that they were able to. And you haven't even watched the whole series. And
I
you have this
haven't
woman?
even watched a single episode yet.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty intriguing, especially if you like home makeover shows, because essentially that's what it is. But then you have this like Mrs. Doubtfire type of. It looks like John Oliver's grandmother, who is the sexpert, what she calls herself that, and she's the one that designs and recommends these sex rooms. And that part alone is intriguing enough to be like, okay, you got my attention. What is going on? It's weird. It's a very weird show, but I end up watching all 10 episodes. So,
What do you think the qualifications are to be a sexpert?
mileage, which I could tell.
Mileage?
Yeah, John Oliver's
Okay.
grandma definitely fucks. She's been around.
Yeah.
An open-mindedness to kinks and different lifestyles, whether you partake or not. I would actually consider myself a sexpert in many ways.
Oh.
Yeah, because I've been studying up on this stuff forever.
Mhm.
He's been doing his research
Is that
for a long
what
time.
they call that? Is that what they call that?
Look, there's
I was going to make a gesture, but I don't know.
it's a comment. I mean, a part of like some people think you talk about sex too much, which is fair. But I was raised with a father who was 100% addicted to porn, right? To where like there were stacks and stacks and stacks of Penthouse magazine and other things. Like I've read so many different Dear Penthouse forum letters before I even read like full books in grade school. Like I was reading those.
I will say I was on the debate team in
Mhm.
high school, and those were admissible documents that we could use for our arguments.
There's good information. in
Good
there.
Yeah.
columnists.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
People
good columns
ironically
in there.
talk about that as a joke, but it's like, no, they actually
No,
probably
no,
had
it
good
actually-
opinion pieces back then.
Really good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cited several Playboy articles.
Nice.
Funny.
Yeah.
Well, Penthouse gets a little more graphic, but yes, so Playboy as well, good literature. So there was tons of that. And then, of course, all the different studies and sex studies. In fact, I was going to do a bit today that I came across from Men's Health magazine of how to prevent premature ejaculation for all my younger male listeners out there. This is not old me. I don't need those tips anymore. In fact, actually, the way I was able to control my excitement was watching a documentary called Porn Star: The Legend of Ron Jeremy. Right? I swear to God,
Pro
this is a real documentary, and I believe that Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy was essentially that idea. The title of it was a parody of this documentary. In it, Ron Jeremy says the way he prevents himself from blowing his top too soon is he thinks of graphically sad and depressing things during sex.
Aw.
So this is a guy who's banged a million times. I mean, now he's in jail because he's a fucking predator, but at the time it was Uncle Ron and he was super wise. So he said that during sex, he thinks of things like Vietnam War victims, dogs getting run over, dead grandmother, like just a crazy absurd. And this actually should have been writing on the wall as far as.
Yeah, this is not good. That's you. You should be enjoying when you're doing that.
Yes, but you can't enjoy it too much as a guy.
Oh,
Yeah, as you
Yeah,
learn
that's
how to swing, your biggest battle once you start having sex is to try to not finish it too soon, right? That's every guy's battle to try to figure that out. And once they figure it out, they feel like they're a Jedi master.
It's me and it's me and Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan in the opening scene. He's like, Rico,
Oh, yes.
take cover. I'm like, yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
That's my go-to keep away distraction.
So when I was younger in my 20s, I would think that the graphic stuff. It was like, I watched it when I was in Flagstaff. So I was like 23 years old. So yeah, I was like, hey, Uncle Ron, I'm going too fast. What do I do? It's like,
Ron.
think of your dead grandma. I'm like, okay.
Thanks, Uncle Ron.
Yeah. That bought me a couple minutes. Now what? Think of your dog getting ran over. All right. Yeah, I got a couple more minutes. What else? Like think of your mom blowing her brains out. Oh, I just lost wood. But
why are you crying?
It was graphic.
Like,
I just feel like that could end up with crying and very uncomfortable.
was it me? No, it's my mom.
No, I know.
What the hell?
I know. Yeah, you didn't want to think of your mom during sex. So, but yeah, so you try to not keep it related, but you want to think of those things, get yourself, and basically it was a way to get your mind outside of the moment.
Mhm.
So my go-to in my 30s as I developed was thinking, and I still do this, thinking baseball stats. And I don't even really watch baseball, but really it's Barry Bonds. I'm like, Barry Bonds hit 67 home runs in 2001. And I'm going through it like, and like talking in my head about his batting average and how many walks he has and just making shit up because I don't even know these stats.
How many RBIs?
Right. Right. That's my go-to to prevent from me finishing too soon.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you.
Clever.
Yeah. You can use that.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's your go-to, Jen?
What?
She doesn't need
women
one.
don't have that problem.
I know.
We can just keep going
We're
and going
cyclical.
and then going.
Yeah. You're super lucky.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Man talk.
yeah. Well,
it's sad for you guys that you only get to finish once. But
no. That's not always true. That's not always true. Yeah.
Little Gatorade,
At a
little jog around the
time.
block.
As I gotten older, I have mastered the multiple O's. Yes. And that's a whole nother discussion for another time. We got about 17
we don't have
seconds.
enough time.
We do not.
Go back to aliens.
No. I will actually, since we're going into this, I'll bring up what the stupidest thing we believed as kids are. So we're gonna switch up the vibe here.
All right.
All right. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Be Vegan Presents, hanging out with comedian Jen Blanco, who is hosting Lady Bits this Saturday at the screening room. Of course, Rico's hanging out in studio. I want to ask you guys this question because people on Reddit revealed this. What is the stupidest thing you believed as a kid? And then when did you realize that it was dumb and you shouldn't believe it? Like, I'll give you an example before you guys go into an example. My dad used to smoke weed all the time. And I would ask him why he's smoking. I didn't know what it was. And he's like, oh, this is to help me quit smoking cigarettes. I'm like, oh,
Cool.
oh, really? And why? And he's like, because it hurts. And that's why I cough. So I smoke this and it hurts and I cough. And so then I don't smoke cigarettes. But then immediately after he smoked a joint, he'd light up a cigarette. The whole thing didn't make sense. Especially since, like, if it hurts so much, why do you keep hitting it? Why are you rolling another one? So that's an example. Oh, so what is, I guess it's a depressing example. So I apologize for figuring it out. What's an example of something stupid you believed as a kid?
I did not know like how the state universities worked, like the names of them. And so when I was little, I really wanted to be a Hurricanes cheerleader, a University of Miami Hurricanes cheerleader while I was at Florida State University, which is in completely different parts of the state.
Right. Yeah.
Had no idea. I was like, well, there's got to be just one university in the state of Florida. So obviously.
Yeah. Well, there's one respected university and the rest, you know. What about you, Rico?
I think in general, just assuming that adults knew what they were doing the entire time. Like every adult was smart and wise. And then you grow up, you're like, wait, we're all dumb.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Pretty dumb.
Yeah. It took me a while to figure that out too. Here's some of the best responses on Reddit. Someone thought video game AI was actually people whose entire job was to play with you. So
What?
yeah, it took them years to figure that out. Be like, oh, there's not someone live there just interacting with me.
Oops.
Someone else wrote, I remember thinking that my grandfather who worked in the bank sat inside ATMs all day handing out money.
That's so funny.
What about this? Were you ever victim on this? This is somewhat common. Chocolate milk. Where does chocolate milk come from?
Brown cows.
Exactly.
Oh no, I never thought that.
Yeah. Well, someone wrote that chocolate milk came from brown cows was something they believed in, that your actual legs and arms fall off when entering puberty, and underneath is adult skin with all the hair. So basically your skin falls off and then you're hairy. So this person was just straight up dumb.
You're like shedding like a giant snake.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be amazing.
Be real gross, guys.
Yeah,
Get
well,
used to it.
we talked about reptilians enough today, guys. Come on.
I think one of my favorite thoughts as a kid I read one time was somebody saying that when they're watching a comedy show and the laugh track they hear on the TV, they assume that was coming from laughter from other houses that are watching the same show.
That would be amazing.
That would be
Wouldn't that
amazing.
But
I
then
thought it
that
was the
means that
neighbors
there's
laughing.
a microphone in your house.
I know.
Yeah.
Kid thoughts.
Hidden.
Like, I better laugh with them too.
And some of these people were deceived, so it wasn't their fault that they thought these stupid things. Like one guy wrote that his dad, whose name is Danny, and his uncle Jack told him and his brother that they invented Jack Daniels. So for the majority of their young life, and it wasn't until they went to college, or at least drinking age, that they realized that Danny and Jack didn't invent Jack Daniels. So
we're not rich. Why?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like the house would be the dead giveaway. Like, but we live here.
Right. It was probably a trailer too. Let's be honest. That house probably had wheels. All right, let's hit the reset. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast and be back with your beef tip after these words. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Uncle Jack is drinking a lot though.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
He's got that going for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, that's why I drink it, because I invented it. I gotta drink it every day. That litter bug was an actual insect that would somehow form from any litter that was left on the ground.
That's amazing.
Terrifying.
Amazing.
That would be cool.
That's a new movie to come
I
out.
would
That's a
love
good
to
idea.
see that bug.
Yeah, that is a new movie. Speaking of which, should I see if I could pull up the trailer for the movie that we talked about earlier today?
The clown one?
Yeah. So, Jen, are you a fan of scary movies?
I am a fan of like horror comedies, but not just straight up scary movies. So we'll see.
Well, then you won't like this. But there is a movie that apparently is so scary that it's making people pass out in the movie theaters.
Geez.
Yeah. Terrifying. And it's called Territory 2, I believe. And and it stars, it's a 2.5 hour gory tale of Art the Clown. And it's made some theater managers call out emergency services due to viewers passing out.
I mean, just a 2-hour clown movie would cause that to happen.
True.
Yeah.
But if you think it's going to be one of those terrible B movies, you might be wrong, because according to Rotten Tomatoes, their average tomato rating, the fresh rating, is 87% from critics and 91% rating from audiences.
What?
Yes. So I'm going to show you Art the Clown, and I can see the trailer too. You're gonna like this. And so I know that a lot of you out there watching the podcast broadcast are fans of scary movies, especially in October. So look at this clown first off. You know, clowns are creepy in general. This guy looks pretty creepy as well.
Looks like a bondage clown. Like, what is happening?
It's gonna be at the Molest show this week.
Yeah.
Coming up. I can't wait.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah. Let's see what the trailer looks like.
Straight up Rob Zombie style.
Oh,
Ooh, terrifying. A happy family.
Stop. All right. So obviously this is a commercial. Electric vehicles. For everyone.
Oh, lithium mining. Oh no.
I know that terrifies you. All right, here we go. This is Art the Clown.
It's a real guy who murdered 9 people last year.
Oh, you're not doing that?
It's just a costume.
Uh-oh.
I think that guy's still out there.
What's up with you and this clown all of a sudden? You're like obsessed.
They never found his body. What if he decides to come back here?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Wait a minute. Aren't you that guy from the costume shop?
Sir, what are you doing?
It wasn't me.
He was covered in blood on his shirt and his hands when he got here.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it was him, Ellie. Right down to the little black dot on the tip of his nose.
You're really weird. You know that?
I believe him.
No, what? Something really bad's gonna happen tonight.
No, I know I'm
Nothing looks scary so far.
I can
She's cute though.
Something's wrong.
Look, we're gonna have fun. Stress-free environment. Yep.
Speaking of surprises, kids, we have a very special guest with us today, all the way from Miles County. Please welcome Art the Clown.
This looks so stupid.
I know. 91% of Rotten Tomatoes though.
I call shenanigans.
Oh, little BDSM.
Kinky.
Up. Oh. Terrifier 2.
I want to see the first one to catch up.
Yeah. So what was in Terrifier 1?
Art the
Clown.
Clown.
He's back for more.
All right, there you go. There you have it.
The same producers that rented out the same studio in LA for a weekend. And had someone to go to a mass shop.
They got a group on, so they were able to do it for the next show.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. But again, like I said, apparently it was a big deal. So
yeah.
Or they paid for hype. I don't know. It's more terrifying.
Capitalism.
Yes.
So scary.
So yeah.
Clown movies.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Have you ever been a fan of like Human Centipede? Did you watch that?
I never watched that. I never had the temptation.
No, I saw a trailer for it and I was like, I am good, and this is nothing that I need in my life. Thank you.
First one is amazing. Weird, twisted, and you're like, what?
German.
Hold on, let me break down. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back, Beef Vegan Presents. We just watched the trailer for what apparently is the scariest movie of the year, and that is Terrifier 2. And it stars Art the Clown, and people are allegedly passing out in this. So I asked Jen Blanco, our special guest in studio, host of Lady Bits Saturday at Screening Room, if she ever seen Human Centipede. And she has not. I only saw the trailer. And Rico hasn't even seen it either. And I think this is a classic, a cinematic classic. And I'll tell you why. It is twisted. It is wrong. It is everything that you think should not be in a film. And there's 3 of them, right? Now, here's my breakdown. Human Centipede 1, you have to see it. It's inadvertently hilarious in every sense of the word, right? And you're a comedian, so you would love this kind of like weird, twisted humor. And of course, it is gross. I mean, the premise of the show or the movie is that a doctor, basically stitches people together to make a human centipede.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross.
It's not good.
Yeah, and the things you're like, oh, I don't want to see that. You see that, all right? So
I never want to see that ever in my life.
I'm telling you,
you could at least fact check. It'd be like, that's not how you would do that.
Well, yeah. I don't think that any of it is fact checkable because I feel like everything is wrong.
No, you could possibly do it. It's science.
Make it a challenge.
I don't think that that's science.
Oh, you're a doctor. What do you know? So now, again, Human Centipede 1 is enjoyable, palatable, and inadvertently hilarious, and that's what made it such a global sensation. Now, Human Centipede 2, they tried to up the ante, but they went way too far. It was so gruesome that they had to make it black and white for it to even be released, and it is unenjoyable. It will leave you scarred emotionally, and you will not want to see it. So
How long have you been in therapy since Human Centipede 2?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm so numb. My soul's been dead years before that came out. All right. So then Human Centipede 3 went to rectify it, to change it up. And they kind of did a little bit of comeback, but still not as good as the original. So save yourself the time. Don't watch 2 or 3, but definitely watch Human Centipede 1 because it's Halloween and trick or treat. You want a Snickers? Do you want to eat it in your mouth, or do you want to go through someone else's mouth and then out their anus into your mouth? That's your call. Human Centipede. All right.
That's the worst promotion for that show ever.
Come on, kids. It's fun.
I'm sending you a link. Buying you a DVD for Christmas, Jen Blanco. What's your social medias again?
At Jen Comedy.
At Jen Comedy, where you can follow Jen. She's a hilarious comedian who's hosting the Screening Room event, Lady Bits, and got a bunch of funny stuff. And if you're a fan of Netflix's How to Build a Sex Dungeon, then you'll recognize one of the headliners on The Late Show, right?
That's right. She's on both shows, but she's going to headline The Late Show. And we have an after party. So at the Jackrabbit Lounge.
Ooh. Yeah. If you ever want
to hang out with all of us.
Yeah. So all you lonely guys out there, if you ever want to be hilariously denied by a hot female comedian, make sure you go to that after party after you check out the Lady Bits comedy show. So I'm sure you have some pretty hilarious turn downs that you have to use from time to time.
from time to time.
That's good. Yeah. All right. Well, next time you got to share with us. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have Lindy from Thunder Bacon Burger Company in studio celebrating his 1-year anniversary. We're also going to have Herb Stratford in. We'll continue to give away tickets for the Trinity of Terror Tour. Until then, make sure you head over to our Facebook page and vote for today's Build-A-Band contestants, Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers or Jeff Ament from Pearl Jam. You can do so just by simply reacting with one of those old-ass emojis, like or heart. Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. Thank you, guys.
Go watch Human Centipede.
Do it. We covered the spectrum today. Sorry, from sex dungeons to aliens, oversharing to aliens to Human Centipede. I hope you'll come back.